the more this is going to hit her and the more she's faced with it. I think something big's going to happen. I don't know when your next court date is, but I absolutely feel like it's the last court date, right? That something is going to shift so drastically for you guys that it's just not going to affect you any longer. This is all you need to worry about. The happy family. Give the rest, get the rest too, but give rest to the worries, the fears. The Four of Swords being on the bottom of the deck, I feel like it goes perfectly with the card that you got earlier, right? Where you can rest or get some rest or whatever it was. I know it was talking about rest. So, get some rest. Don't worry about the chaos she's trying to create, because the more she tries to create chaos, the more it's going to backfire on her. Let me see what you've said. You want to take her to court, but money. She's trying to pull shit now, but don't think she has anything. There's nothing she can do. Yeah. I don't know why it keeps blocking everything. I keep turning off that community flag comment thing, but I know there's nothing she can do, but she, in her mind continues to think that she can create chaos. I'll find her in my freezer and I'll shake her back up for you. The thing about putting people in the freezer, after a while, especially if you thaw them out and put them back in and thaw them out and put them back in, if you don't remember to relabel the jars, sometimes it's hard to read what they say. And your jar has been mixed in with everybody else's jars for quite a while now. I'll figure out which one's hers. Or I'll just create another one. She deserves it. You're welcome, dear. Alright, Sage, it is your turn. You have a few people to put in the freezer. Well, that is a service I provide, Amanda. Just general? Perfect. Alright, what does Sage need to know? Get ready to be rich. You're funny, Amanda. Alright. Sage. Ten of Wands. Five of Cups reversed. Two of Cups. Judgment in the reverse. The Devil. Difficult time indeed. The Hierophant. The Two of Swords reversed. Oh, the Hierophant was reversed. Two of Swords reversed. The King of Wands reversed. And the Four of... That's kind of funny. So the card that fell out, I don't know if you saw, I was shuffling and there was a card that fell out. I was like, oh, that's not important. I put it back in the deck. And I shuffled, and then it popped back out on the bottom. So apparently it was important. It was the Four of Pentacles. So with that being said, the Four of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck does suggest that either A, you need to save for a rainy day, or B, you're holding on to things too tightly, and more often than not, it's the latter. You're holding on to things too tightly, especially with the rest of this reading. It does feel like there's something that has fallen away, maybe something that you didn't expect to crumble, and it has caused you to hold on too tightly, either to hope or to something that isn't meant to be, right? Whether it's love, a job, whatever the case may be, it's up to you. But we do have burden, right? The very first card is burden. It says that you're struggling to allow others to help you, right? Most of the time in this, in the Ten of Wands, we have an ox there, or a bull, or whatever you want to say, and he's able to carry your burdens, right? That represents spirit, that represents friends, family, other people being able to carry your burdens for you, right? But we're too stubborn to let anybody else carry this for us. This isn't all ours. Some of it's your friends, some of it's your family, some of it's your exes. This is not all your burdens, right? But each one of these wands represents burden that you decide to carry instead of allowing other people to help you with it, right? So, Spirit's asking you to release the burdens that are no longer yours. You can't hold on to those. And that's probably why this Four of Pentacles is on the bottom of the deck, because you're holding on to burden. You're holding on to things that are making your life harder, that you're causing yourself undue struggle because you won't allow others to help you. The Five of Cups coming in next indicates that you've gone through a lot, and maybe you hold on to these things because it's fear of lack, fear of losing everything, fear of not having anything. So you figure if you hold on to the grief and the sorrow and the sadness that has been put on you, even if it's not yours, at least you have something to hold on to. But that's not what Spirit wants you to think. They don't want you to be caught up in holding on to things that you're not meant to hold on to just because you're afraid of losing things, right? So that, honestly, that's like a deep revelation for me, and I'm going to have to come back and watch that again or clip it out, because it is a deep revelation, not only for me, but it's for a lot of people as well. You can't hold on to things just because you're afraid that if you let go of things that you know even are bothering you or are hurting you, that you're not going to have anything to replace it. So you might as well hold on to the shit that hurts you. It's not what you're meant to hold on to. You do have the Two of Cups here, but you have this Two of Cups in between some very difficult energies. Like, every energy on this table is pretty difficult. The Two of Cups definitely represents soulmate energy, but most of the time it represents things that are fated to happen. It doesn't always have to pertain to love, right? Cups are usually associated with our feelings, our emotions. Well, sometimes this card doesn't always mean someone coming into your life. It could mean that you're holding on to something because you feel as though without it you're going to miss out, right? That you're going to lose the connections that you thought you had. Spirit's telling you that even if this feels as though it's fate, sometimes we have to let fate go. Sometimes, I tell people this all the time, especially in relationship readings, if you are stuck in a relationship and you are having a difficult time, sometimes even with your soulmate, and you know you're meant to be together forever, you have to separate, you have to part in order to do the work that you need to do, right? Spirit's not going to allow you to do all the work you need to do together if they see that by being together you sort of say, whatever, I don't need to do that work, right? You get lazy, or you say, well, I'm here now, I don't have to do the other work. It doesn't work like that. You're holding on to things that are not meant for you to be held on to, and Spirit's trying to level you up. They really are, but they're not able to. You're not hearing their call with the Judgment card reversed. Spirit says it's time for you to let go, reevaluate, take charge of your own life, break down the walls, continue to hold your boundaries, right? When the Judgment card is in reverse, they're saying, we're talking to you, we're asking you to move forward, we see what is so much better for you, but you're afraid to take the leap. You have to take the leap. You have to adjust your life in order for things to unfold beautifully, right? You have to hear their call. And if you're ignoring their call because you hear it and you're like, I'm not ready for that, Spirit's saying you're ready. You can't ignore their call forever. They want you to level up. So there's something in your life you're holding on to that you need to let go of in order for you to level up. The Devil in reverse, the Devil with the Hierophant in reverse. This is screaming to me that you may have broken some traditions that you either A, shouldn't have, or you were meant to revamp them, make them your own rather than just drop them. There's some sort of structure that you were meant to keep in your life, but you let go of it because you thought by letting go of the structure it would break these chains. It didn't break the chains. You're still stuck. You're still holding on to the wrong things. With the Two of Swords in reverse, it means that you need to make a decision. It means you probably have been fighting this decision. You know what the decision is. You know the choices you need to make, but you're fighting it. The Two of Swords, like I said in the last reading, is a difficult card. It's about things being difficult. It's about making the hard choices. It's about the worry that you're making the wrong choice. With it upright, you're uncertain about what the choice is. You know you need to make a choice, but you're unable to because you don't have the information. When it's in the reverse, we usually have the information. We usually know what the choice is. We just don't want to make it because we feel like it's the wrong choice. But with the king in reverse, I feel like this either has to A, do with somebody that you don't want to let go, especially if you feel like it's a soulmate connection, or B, it's something you've always wanted to do, because the wands are about creativity, about following your dreams and passions. So this could absolutely be someone you need to let go, or something. Maybe a dream that you always had that you thought was the right path right now, and Spirit's saying it's not the right path right now. All of this is, it's not right now, right? That's what tarot is. Tarot is always here to tell you it's not right now, or this is going to happen soon, or it could happen, right? This is a snapshot into what may happen if you continue down the road that you're on. So with the Four of Pentacles being the card on the bottom of the deck, being put back into the deck, shuffled, and then coming back out on the bottom of the deck, it's telling you that Spirit is very serious about the things that you're holding on to that you're not meant to hold on to. You've got to let some things go. So let's go ahead and see what all you've said. Nothing. See, you're going to have to figure out what it is that you're meant to leave. You're going to have to figure out what it is that you're meant to let go of. I can't make all those decisions for you. I can't tell you it's this specific thing and this specific thing and this specific thing. The thing with Spirit is they will give you messages. They will give you signs and hope that you understand what they're saying. But you have to make the ultimate choice. Hello, Sabrina. I am doing okay, thank you. How are you? Hello, Avery. Lucky horseshoe. Woohoo. I'll learn, guys, on those questions. I'm still working through paid readings. Amanda's next, but I'm not sure if Sage has the clarity that she needs. Thank you, Vicky, for all those. All right, Amanda, which question do you want to work on? I can't wait all day. tax one. All right, so what I read was somebody is making money on TikTok Shop using your name and social security number. Alright. So I already heard that you might need a tax attorney, but let's see what the cards say. I know you were counting on it, dear. Because if somebody's using... It's like my son. His social security number is, I don't know, the same as some old guys, because Blue Cross has some old guy with his social security number, so it's always hard to get my son insurance because of that mix-up. I don't know what it is. We can't get it fixed, and I don't know, but I already heard tax attorney, so maybe, I don't know. You're gonna have to prove that that's not you, obviously. Let's see what Spirit says. Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse is the first card you get. Something is not going to work out the way that you hope unless you over-prepare, right? Because the Knight of Pentacles is all about being over-prepared. The Lovers, the Hierophant in reverse, the Queen of Pentacles, the Five of Cups in reverse, the Nine of Wands in reverse, and the Ten of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Alright, so the burden that you're carrying right now, try not to carry it, okay? Try not to make this make you so worried that you can't think about anything else. Because there's a fine line between this working in your favor and not working in your favor. And right now, Spirit's saying that you need to over-prepare. You need to get people in line to help you. You need to get every sort of piece of evidence that you can to prove that this is not you doing this, or it's going to crumble around you and you're not going to get that refund that you're hoping for. They're going to take it to pay this other person's taxes, and they've been making money as you on TikTok Shop, right? The Knight of Pentacles being in the reverse is a card that, you know, I don't tend to like, because it stands for, typically it stands for people that are lazy and just want to be taken care of. But in this case, oh, well, I guess it represents the other person, obviously. Them making money off of you and not having to pay the taxes, right? But be over-prepared, because the Jack, the Knight of Pentacles is always over-prepared. Don't worry about if you can't get certain things. Whatever information you can get right now is going to help you. With the Lovers coming in next, I do feel like this is something that is not romance related, obviously, but the Lovers comes in when Spirit's going to help you as well. I feel like they want you to understand that this is just a bump in the road. It's something that was meant to happen, because maybe, you know, even though it sucks and you're struggling right now, you were meant to struggle a little bit. With the Lovers here, I feel like Spirit's telling you that there are others there that can help you as well. Like I said, the very first thing I heard in this situation was tax attorney. The Knight of Pentacles being reversed, I worry about that card, especially with the Hierophant reverse next to it. But the Hierophant reverse does usually stand for the man, the bigger, the more structure crumbling, right? So it may be, especially with the Queen of Pentacles being next, that this is a structure that falls and crumbles. You're able to get this person to stop selling things as you. You're able to get this person to, you know, refund you for whatever.
I think that's what it is with Amanda. She cares too much.
get them put in jail because they've literally been working as you, right? This is also something that I feel like Spirit wants you to be aware of, because if it's happening here and now, it may be that your information is for sale on the black market and you want to get that stopped, right? But the Queen